who saved brother using move learned from San Andreas. What a brave and calm 10-year-old boy in the face of that heightened distress, the actor said. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on Thursday called a 10-year-old Detroit boy a hero after the youth saved his younger brother from drowning by preforming chest compressions, which he learned from watching the movie San Andreas. Jacob O'Connor saw his 2-year-old brother fall into their pool and was lying face down for about a minute. O'Connor immediately pulled him out and began doing chest compressions, which Johnson's character, Raymond Gaines, does in a scene in the 2015 disaster film. There was an earthquake, then it caused a tsunami, and then there was a daughter that was drowning and he had to get her out and he did the same thing, the 10-year-old recounted to WXYZ News in Detroit. Johnson got wind of the news and was impressed with the young man. Real-life hero 10-year-old Jacob O'Connor found his 2-year-old brother, Dylan, lying face down in their pool. "Amazing story. Amazing boy," Johnson said in a tweet. "Thank you media friends for covering such an inspiring story. What a brave and calm 10-year-old boy in the face of that heightened distress." The 2-year-old was only hospitalized for a day and is expected to make a full recovery, WXYZ reported. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has publicly commended a young boy for rescuing his brother using a move from his film San Andreas. Jacob O'Connor, 10, discovered his 2-year-old brother Dylan floating face down in their grandmother's pool last month, July 17, before rushing to his siblings' aid and reviving the toddler by performing life-saving chest compressions on him. O'Connor told his local U.S. TV station WXYZ News in Detroit that he learned the emergency procedure from Johnson's 2015 action film. There was an earthquake, then it caused a tsunami, and then there was a daughter that was drowning and he had to get her out and he did the same thing, the little boy recalled of the summer blockbuster. And in response to Jacob's heroic act, Johnson took to Twitter on Thursday, 24 August 17, to heap praise on the real-life hero. "Wow, amazing story," the movie star tweeted, giving you a Twitter high five Jacob for saving your little brother's life. "You're a real-life hero. We're all proud of you." The star also thanked the media for reporting on the uplifting story. "Thank you media friends for covering such an inspiring story," he wrote. "What a brave and calm 10-year-old boy in the face of that heightened distress." Jacob's brother Dylan has made a full recovery. A 10-year-old American boy has saved his brother's life by copying a scene from one of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's movies, earning the Hollywood star's respect as a real-life hero. Key points: Jacob O'Connor imitated a scene in the movie San Andreas. Dylan O'Connor did not suffer neurological damage despite almost a minute floating face down. Dwayne Johnson called Jacob a real-life hero. Jacob O'Connor was at his grandmother's house with his brothers Dylan, 2, and Gavin, 8, while their mother Krista O'Connor was at work. Jacob was watching TV when Dylan managed to open a screen door and fall in the pool. "I pulled him out and started giving him compressions," Jacob told local TV station WXYZ Detroit. Dylan had been face down in the water for almost a minute. After Jacob's chest compressions, Dylan coughed up some water, but when he did not respond fully, Jacob ran to tell his grandmother. "In most movies, that's what they do. They try to save the person first, and if it's not working, they go get someone," Jacob said. Grandmother Ellen Vile said Jacob was calm, but she knew something was wrong as soon as she saw Dylan. "He was more, Nana, Dylan opened the door and got in the backyard," Ms. Vile said. Dylan was rushed to hospital and given oxygen but was discharged after 2 days with no detectable neurological damage or lasting effects. He tried getting back in the pool the very next day, but Ms. Vile has since installed double locks on her screen doors. Jacob said he knew what to do after watching the movie San Andreas. "There was an earthquake, then it caused a tsunami, and then there was a daughter that was drowning and he had to get her out and he did the same thing," he said. San Andreas stars Johnson as a rescue helicopter pilot based in California when an earthquake caused by the San Andreas fault devastates Los Angeles and San Francisco. The movie was partly filmed in Queensland's Lockyer Valley in 2014, 3 years after the region was flooded by a real natural disaster. "Wow, amazing story," the movie star and former wrestler said on Twitter. Jacob's mother Krista O'Connor, who was at work when she heard Dylan was in hospital, told the BBC she was at a loss for words about her elder son's actions. "I'm amazed at what Jacob did. I'm so proud of him," she said. But she said Jacob was taking all the praise in his stride, and thought it was the natural thing to do. "I'm surprised Jacob remembered what he'd seen in the film, but it's one of his favorites and he'd seen it the week before," she said.